Hockey background, and he's been with us since 2006. And with no further delay, I'd like to introduce Seth Appert.
Just first off, Sandeep and Susan, just thank you so much for putting on this great event. One of the things as the hockey coach here that always just amazes me is when we go on the road to places like Princeton and Yale and Harvard and especially those places, when we come out and how loud and boisterous and full that our section of fans are in comparison to other sections when they go on the road. And it just shows the great passion that our fans have, our alums have for our school and for our hockey program. It really means a lot to us. So Sandeep, Susan, let's give her a big round of applause. Thank you very much. I know they'll talk later, but I do want to acknowledge that I think it's pretty neat. We have our new Vice President, Greg Easton, with us tonight. You'll hear from him, as well as our athletic director, my boss, Jim Knowlton. You'll hear from him as well. So it's great to have both of them with us tonight. I get to give these a lot on the road, probably 6-7 times a year before we play road games. You get together with alumni associations, and it's really special. This is a really unique school, as so many of you know, and it's an elite school academically, but it's a really special hockey program because of people like you. And it's just that simple. The passion and the love that our alums and our students have for our hockey program makes RPI hockey special. More than the national championships, more than the great players that have come through here, it's the connectivity and the spirit that our students and our alumni and the community of Troy have for our hockey program. That makes it a special place for our student athletes to play. And I can't tell you how appreciative that our players are and that our coaching staff is of that. Our guys do great things, not just our players, but our student athletes at RPI. All of you that went to the school know how challenging it is academically. On top of that, our varsity athletes are putting in 20-30 hours a week with their sports, on top of their studies. And our hockey players this last semester had a 3.27 GPA as a team, and it's something we're working on. Some of our students have done so well, actually, that we just lost our third-string goaltender. Jake Soffer just had to leave school. He had a startup venture company that was winning all these awards, and he was being flown around all over the United States and Europe, and Elon Musk was bringing him out and things like that. And finally, his investors, right before Christmas, told him they wanted to see if he was serious about pursuing his company and get rid of this little hobby called school and hockey. He came to my office in tears a couple weeks ago having to make that decision, but Jake Soffer is certainly going to make all of us proud, and is a name that you're going to hear from a lot in the business world in the years to come, and we're really proud of what our guys do in the classroom, in the community, and on the ice. On the ice, this year, it's been a battle, and I've never seen anything like it. I've coached now for 10 years as an assistant and now 8 as a head coach, and I've never gone through a year that we're going through right now. We have not had our lineup except since October 31st. We have not had a healthy lineup since October 31st. We've missed, I think, 6 of our top 9 forwards have missed 6 games or more. Our number 1 goalie has missed 7 games. Our top 5 defensemen have missed 4 to 6 games each. And it's really been crazy. Despite our record, in league we're in good shape and we're getting healthy. We only have about 2 guys out right now that are key players. And I like our team when we've been together. Union weekend, we were healthy, we were together, we swept Union, obviously, which was fun to see. The Notre Dame game, the first game of the season, we went out to Notre Dame in front of 5,000 fans in their building, beat Notre Dame. And I know that team exists. We've played the hardest schedule in the country, and we've had a beat-up lineup. with a lot of defensemen playing forwards and backup goalies in, etc. And to be quite honest, it's beat down the confidence of our young men. And right now, it's a mentally not a, it's a little bit of a fragile group in terms of our confidence. And we're fighting to get that back. But I think what you'll see is as we get healthy and as we get some victories under our belt here this month, that come February, and I've always thought this team was built for the second half because we're a little inexperienced. Come February, this team is going to be a heck of a hockey team because we have the components of being a great playoff team, which starts with your goaltender. Our goaltender, Jason Kasdorf, is coming off a year injury, and then he had another injury this year, but he is one of, if not the best goalies in all college hockey. He's a Winnipeg Jets draft pick, and he has a great chance to play in the National Hockey League. He's also just a great representation of our school, really good students. Had a 3.3 this past semester, and he's also only guy on our team, only guy I've coached that's already mature enough to be married and having a stable home life as well. So he's balancing a lot, and he's doing it really well. But this group is a really, really competitive group. We're a deep group, and like I said before, as we get going and we get healthy, we're going to make a great run here in the second half of the season. You know, one thing I always like to let our alums know is how important it is that we have the alumni support that we get, and how important it is that we have the support of our administration and our president, Dr. Jackson. And there's a lot of questions. I always get questions. Does Dr. Jackson like hockey? And does Dr. Jackson this? And I don't see her at 20 games and all these other things. And the best way I can describe it is, I would rather have a president that supports us financially, right? But really, that supports us by being in the stands every day. I think there's a lot of presidents that can show up 25 games a year and clap, but they're not doing the things to help the facilities that you need to recruit, and they're not doing the things with the infrastructure of the program to provide a first-class experience for the student athletes.
Amen.
What Dr. Jackson does is maybe she's too busy to be in the seats every night, but she provides the facilities, and the alumni support and donations help provide the facilities that allow for a first-class experience. And so when you're asked if Dr. Jackson supports athletics, look at the renovation of the Houston Fieldhouse, look at the East Campus Athletic Village, and the answer is simple as that. You know, and I think that's pretty special, and that goes to our alumni as well. So thank you very much.
You're here.